And now to Martin Normand. We're hearing breaking news that he was booed off stage at the Carlin Academy in Glasgow tonight. If you don't already know, Martin Normand's one of the funniest American comedians on the circuit right now. You'd probably recognise his face from the Joe Rogan universe. He's a new Netflix special out just now, and he's always bringing high quality patter to every podcast he gets involved in. I'm a fan of his work, so what has went wrong in Glasgow? I was gutted I couldn't make the gig. But thankfully we have regular You Call That Radio caller, Ceejay, on the line, who did make the show. Hello Ceejay, can you tell us what happened?
It was good last night, right? I'm a big fan of Martin Normand. Big fan of the Protected Parts and the early stuff. See, a few years back when Amy Schumer got him on, and he was doing like wee 4 minutes, 5 minutes here and there. So obviously he's been trying new stuff. So he had a warm up act, some guy for New York, similar sort of style. It was alright, but you could tell the crowd, he could tell it himself, he even mentioned it a couple of times, like, what is it with this fucking crowd? So that way, any guys in love in here? And the place was fucking silence. Do you know what I mean? Is there any couples out tonight? Not a fucking soul said a word, so it did felt quite awkward. But anyway, he done his wee bit, then he introduced Mark Normand. Mark came out, and he was doing his new stuff. He had like a wee iPad sitting behind him, and every sort of he was going on a wee spiel, and then whatever reaction he got, he would touch it into his iPad. Do you know what I mean? So he done his thing, right. A couple of times he was kind of losing the crowd, not so much losing it, but wasn't getting the response or the reaction for his new stuff. So he would get back to older stuff, and it was all the stuff I knew. Do you know what I mean? So I was happy to see it live because it's my first time seeing him live. So I was happy to see the stuff I knew live. But I done a couple of old bits, and then at the end he said, "Right, okay, guys. So let's see what you guys have got. Fucking shout a couple of things out." And guys, you know how deep the Scottish accents are. Obviously, it's in Carlin Academy, so folk are fucking blitzed. And some guy goes, "Rangers or Celtic?" And he's like, "What, man? What?" And he's like, "Rangers or Celtic?" And Mark's going, "England? We've spoke about England. Let's get something else." Everything somebody said, they thought they were saying something else. And then after 5 minutes of this, 5 to 10 minutes, people started to boo. And he was like, "All right, okay, I can feel it's fucking getting quite awkward in here. There's a lot of guys drunk and fucking..." He said, "So I feel as if we've all just fucked, and I'm now the awkward lassie that's not going to fuck off. So thank you, Glasgow, you've been great." And fucking just ended his set, mate. It was good experience. That's my first time ever at a stand-up, other than like first time paying and going and seeing a stand-up, other than just wee shitty things that have been a function at a work thing I've been at or something. But first time, it was good. But it's a hard crowd coming from America, coming to Scotland, trying new material and trying to interact when you can't fully understand the fucking Glasgow cunts. But that was my review of Mark Normand.
Yeah, smaller gigs are better for comedy nights in Glasgow. For people that don't know, nobody wants to go and see Peter Kay at the Hydro. Well, actually probably about 60,000 people do. Or Kevin Bridges. Kevin Bridges is fantastic, but the problem is that you've got thousands and thousands of drunk people. They just start shouting things out and start fighting and all that. So smaller gigs in general are better for comedy nights. Frankie Boyle, he'll charge like a tenner or 15 quid for somewhere like the Glee or the Stand. Play to about 100 people tops. Just if he's going to try out new material. And it sounds like Mark Normand's maybe trying out new material in a bigger venue. I think the Academy's maybe 1,000. I don't know. I think it's 2,000 no seats. I would imagine with seats it'd be about 1,000. So Mark Normand, a couple of things happened here. Mark Normand's so famous, he's attracting people who don't normally go to stand-up comedy. And these people tend to get wasted, drunk, and don't know how to act. Number two, he's no idea what anyone in Glasgow is saying, which is obviously going to make audience participation tricky. Very tricky. And 3, everyone who's just watched his recent Netflix special, which came out a couple of weeks ago, so he can't really do anything from that. And he's obviously not had enough time to finish his new material yet, which means it's possibly the worst time to see a comedian live when they're in the middle ground. And I can just imagine that the crowd were just a bit confused and a bit wasted, and he doesn't have a clue what they're saying. Therefore, the banter can't happen. Sounds like a tough crowd, to be honest. It sounds like that's the main problem. It was a tough crowd.
Oh, mate, it definitely was a tough shift. There was times it just felt deathly silent, man. And all the Yanks, all they ever do is go, I mean, we're the same, you guys. We've both got 2 sides. We vote for 2 different sides. You know what I mean? And they just get straight into some politic pish. I mean, look at Biden. and I don't know. I don't watch the news, right? All I really give a fuck about politics or that, man. I've just got no interest in it as much as I probably should. I just don't. So see, when they start talking about Biden and all that, it means fuck all to me. So there's got to be a good few folk in that crowd that are the same. So they try to find a common ground by speaking about Biden, and they can't give a fuck. You're in Scotland, in Glasgow, you know what I mean? And fucking, is it not like in Govan Hill or some fucking deal too? But aye, it was good, man. It was obviously my first time experiencing it, so I was just drinking it and I thought it was good. I did obviously could see guys were booing, and the fact he was turning around and ticking shit in an iPod, and he had like a bit of paper sitting on a stool. I don't know if he just wrote down like a sort of set list where he would just pick topic points and then see how they got on. It was definitely just warming up and putting the feelers out for new material. Well, there was nothing more than that. But the ticket was only 25 quid or something. So, I mean, if you're paying 60 or 70 or upwards, then you're expecting a full show. So, the fact that it was only £25 isn't the worst. But still, aye, man, the crowd, a tough crowd for an American guy who can't just fire off constant one-liners or keep you entertained 100%. But it was good, man.
1 2 1 2. Yo, this is Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5 live and direct here in Glasgow, Scotland, and you call that radio?